Assalamu alaikum student. Today we will be learn about the process costing. ये आपके बुक का 200 चैप्टर है. इसमें क्वेश्चन गिवन है. Suppose that input to a process is 1000 units at a cost of $4500. Normal loss is 10% and there are no opening or closing stock. Determine the accounting entries for the cost of output and cost of the loss if actual output were as follows: 860 units and actual loss is 140 units. And part B है 920 units with an actual loss is 80 units. First of all, we will check out that what they are given to us. First of all, they said that there are 1000 units. So we separately write down that the units is 1000, okay, and cost is 4500. Cost 4500, we have write down it separately. And normal loss is 10%. The normal loss is equal to 10%. Now the normal loss 10% is happened with the unit of 1000. Now we will be take discrete or a continuous amount. For this we will be take the 10% of 1000. 1000, that is a units, and its 10% is 100, means that our normal loss is 100 units. And next they are said that there is no opening or closing stock. So the opening stock is 0, the closing stock is 0. Next they say that determine the accounting entries for the cost of output. So what they are required from us? They require that determine the accounting entries for the cost of output. This is their requirement. And next they said that the cost of and the cost of loss if actual output were as follows. And next we have to find out the cost of loss. Okay, next we have to find out the cost of loss if there is 860 units with loss of 140 units. And secondly we have to find out 920 units with the actual loss of 80 units. For this requirement that accounting entries for the cost of output, we will be make our process account. This is our process account. This is a debit side and this one is a credit side. The debit side include particulars, units, cost and amount. Likewise, the credit side also include particulars, units, cost and amount. So first of all, we will be write down what is the material of a company. The material is given, that is 1000 units with the cost of 4500. So we will be write down it that there are 1000 units with the cost of 4500. Now on the credit side, we will be deal with the normal losses, abnormal losses and output. Normal losses, abnormal losses and output. So the abnormal loss that is given in the question is 100 units, that we are find that 1000 units having a 10% of loss is a 100 units. So we will be written 100 units, but its cost is 0 because it's a loss. It is a normal loss and we have no sell out. This when we will sell out it in a scrap value, then we'll be write down it's a scrap value. Now what is the abnormal loss? So how to find out the abnormal loss? The way of find the abnormal loss is actual loss minus normal loss. So what is our actual loss? In question there is given that the actual loss is 140 units and the normal loss is 100 units. It is given 10% in a question. Okay. So the actual loss is 140 as given and the normal loss is 100 units. This is the normal loss, that is the 100 units will be less actual loss and normal loss. This is the 40 units, that is our abnormal loss. So the abnormal loss is 40 units. Now how to find out the cost of abnormal unit? There is a formula. So you know that our actual material was 1000 and our disturbed normal material loss was 100 units. As you know that our normal loss units was 100, so will be less from 100 units, deducted 100 units, so there is a 900 units. The way of find out the cost per unit, this is the way to find out the cost per unit. The formula is cost divided by output. So the cost was 45,000. The actual cost of 1,000 unit was 4,500. So we will be divide our 4,500 with 900 units, not with the 1,000 units, because we are having a loss of 10%. So we will be divide the 1,000 units less 900, and then there is 900 units. So we will be divide 4,500 with 900 units. So the unit cost will be a $5. Now we will be mention the abnormal loss cost, that is a $5. We will be multiply 40 with 5, that is 200, and then output that is given in question part 8, that there is a 86 units with the actual loss is 140 units. So the 86 units we will be write down it, and the cost that we find out previously, that is a $5, cost is 5, and now we will be multiply 860 with 5, that is a 4,300. Now we will be add up the 200 and the 4,300, their sum up is 4,500. So the debit side and credit side is equal 4,500 and 4,500. Okay. Okay. The next requirement is that find out the cost of loss. Okay. The cost of loss means abnormal account, abnormal loss account. So debit side, credit side, particulars, units, cost amounts. Likewise, particular unit cost amount in a credit side. To process count. Process count is 40. Abnormal loss is 40, as we are ascertained at the year is a 40. And the price is $5. And the amount is 200. How amount is 200? 40 multiplied by 5 is a 200. And the income statement on a credit side, we will be make a, is a corresponding entry is income statement units 40. Okay, abnormal loss having a 40 units, and this cost is 5. 40 multiplied by 5 is equal to 200. Both sides are equal, debit and credit. So this is your abnormal loss. So this was a question. And the second part is 900 units with actual loss of 80 units. First, we will be check out that whether 920 units is with the abnormal gain or loss. It's basically consisted of abnormal gain, because it's not a requirement of your course. So you will be no do the question number B, because it's an abnormal gain question. Such type of question having an abnormal gains or a normal gain, you have no to do. You have to do just a abnormal loss and normal loss questions from your book, and just it will be only 2 to 3 questions hardly. So you done all the question is, I think so it's just a 3 questions of consisted of a normal loss. Okay, you have to done all of these questions. These are very easy. If you have any query, you can message me. I'm there for solving your queries, and thank you so much.